Make sure it goes live first. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're back again, and we're coming here to share some tips and things that we believe can really help you out in your business and in life in general. Me and my partner in crime, Michelle, we do this call pretty much every Wednesday, and we just want to emphasize some things that we're working on, things that are helping us in our business, in our lives. And so I will go ahead and kick it off today, and then I'm gonna pass it to my great friend, and she's gonna talk about her topic and also dive in a little bit on what I got going on. But a great friend of mine, like a mentor of mine as well, he's in this business with me as well. He reminded me this morning of something, but it was already in my intention to share this as well. And that is simply, we want to talk today about the difference between an announcement and a promotion. The difference between an announcement and a promotion, or you're promoting something, or you're announcing something, or you're promoting. Which one are you doing? And see, there's a big difference. And so, well, sometimes some people don't even know the definition of it. So I'm going to read the definition of an announcement, and then I'll read the definition of promote. The announcement definition is a public or typically formal statement about a fact. That's an announcement. And then promote is pretty much where you further the progress of something, especially a cause. So let me give you some examples, because there's so many different examples out there. Matter of fact, I see Melissa and Andrew. I see Melissa on here. I don't see Andrew, but Melissa's at the top of my screen, and I know she has a grandson, you guys. And trust me, I'm pretty sure she makes announcements to him and she promotes some things to him. Her grandson can get an announcement, hey, you should be good today. You should be good today at school. By he may go be good, he may not. But what if her and Andrew say this, hey, if you're good at school today, when you get home, we'll go get some ice cream. We'll go do this. See, she promoted something out of just an announcement. And the same thing goes for a flyer. A lot of people think they can take a flyer, whether it be this little, it be on the little pink. It can be pink. It can stand out. It can be a flyer on the pink. Yeah, it looks good, but it's just a flyer. It just has words on it. It doesn't have anything attached to it until you promote it. Until you say, hey, when you, this may be a flyer for weight loss, but until you say, hey, until you sit down and hear about these products, you'll change your life. We have people losing anywhere from 7 pounds to 150 pounds. See, the promotion of that same flyer means something different. That's what you got to start to do in your business. See, I watch so many people say, hey, we got a call on Monday. The call comes on Monday. They let somebody know, but they don't promote it. See, you want to know when you're promoting something real well? It's when people start getting mad at you. When people are upset at you. That's when you know you promote something good, because they're tired of seeing it. They're still intrigued about wanting to know about it, but they're tired of seeing it. They're so tired of seeing it. They say, hey, you know what? I know this ain't going to be for. Let me sit down and hear about what you got going on, because I'm tired of you asking. I'm tired of you posting about it. I just had a friend today I've been trying to share this business with for years. He went to school with me. We played basketball together. We grew up together. We played sports together. We did it all. Would never give me a time of the day. Reached out to him today. He said, hey, I see what you're doing. When you got some time to tell me about what's going on. See, he got tired of seeing me promote over the years. Well, guess what? I've been in this business 12 years. See, you got to do it so much where people either think they know what you got going on, or they're tired of hearing about it. You got to promote it. See, just announcing what you're doing ain't going to do it. Now, I'm not saying go out there and you just promote. You just talk about, you take the product and you just talk about the product. You talk about the business. No, but you should promote your lifestyle. What's wrong with promoting your lifestyle? So in this business, promoting your lifestyle is a big thing. You should promote for everything going on, calls, regional events. So, matter of fact, George got on here and he was telling me how he's going to the event in North Carolina. And he promoted it to some people on his team. See, you got to promote every event. Every event should be promoted to the next event. So leaving out of before he leaves North Carolina, he needs to get with the people that came, whether it be 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, and he needs to promote the Destin event. You always want to promote to the next event, but guess what? That's not the only step there. Even when you're doing a 3-way call, you want to promote to the next event, which may be a 3-way call to a Zoom or a sit down. See, you always want to promote to the next thing. Michelle is a photographer, but if she never promotes and she just announces it, she won't get as much business as she would if she promoted it. When you get good at promoting, see, the successful people, and I don't care what endeavor it is, they promote. Guess what? Coaches promote to their teams about the Super Bowl in the off season. High school coaches promote to their teams in the championship in the off season, in two-a-days. It's the same thing. In this business, you got to promote. But see, they got the big picture of what they're promoting to. But what's the small things you're promoting to? Hey, we got to go out here. We got to win this game. We got to win each practice first, right? You got to win the practice. Then you got to win. Then you got to win the week's practice. Then you got to win the game when it comes up, or games if you're in basketball. You got to win the track meet. See, coaches know how to promote, but they do it so naturally they don't even know that they're doing it. But see, everybody does it. Every successful business do it. The Best Buys, the Walmarts, the Costco, all these places that we go as people, those businesses promote, but they promote all year long for different things. Think about it. When Black Friday comes up, they start sending you stuff 30 days beforehand. Hey, Black Friday is coming up. You might want to get ready. You might want to start putting some money because they want to promote. So what are you promoting in your life? What are you promoting in your business? Also, what I can tell you is you can't promote everything. That's a big problem where I say a lot of people have. Yes, in our company, we have phenomenal products. We have a lot of them. But guess what? You can't promote all of them at once. Find 2, 3, 4 of them that you really, really like, and that's what you focus on. How can you campaign around those 4 products? What can you do? How can you narrow it down? Yes, trust me. When I'm listening to people, I always know that there's another product that can help out probably a little bit more than something I'm pushing on the front line. But I still have to get them in the door. I still have to get them going before I can vomit all over them with everything else. So you don't want to vomit over people just with everything. So remember, you want to start promoting to everything. And then when you promote to one thing, before you get off another one, promote to another, and then promote to another, and then promote to another. And then you keep promoting over and over and over. And just don't make an announcement, because announcements don't work. One little flyer doesn't work. Pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, Melissa, there's this great event. It's only about 4.5 hours from you. It's over in Destin, Florida. It was going to be phenomenal. You're going to get to hear amazing testimonials. You're going to also get to hear so many different people that have changed their life and do all these amazing things. You and your husband, Andrew, should come on over. And if you can, bring the kids, because it would be something phenomenal for everybody to be at. So you got to get good at promoting. How many people are you promoting to an event? You should never come to an event by yourself. The big ones anyway, regional events, corporate events. Don't come by yourself. Always find somebody to bring with you, your spouse, your cousin, your brother, sister, best friend. Find somebody, team member, find somebody to come with you. But like always, I have 2 tips. I have 2 tips I really want to leave you off with. When you are inviting and promoting towards something, one of the things I want to tell you is never, ever invite somebody or try to promote something in a comfortable spot. Meaning, don't try to invite or promote something from your bed, from the couch where you fall asleep all the time. Those places you're comfortable, your energy level's down. No, you got to find a way to be excited. So turn your favorite music on 5 minutes before maybe you got a favorite song, dance a little bit. I don't care if you go take a run. I just see my guy Lance on here. Go take a run or go ride your bike like my friend Ed. Do whatever to get your energy pumping. It's a reason why. Have you ever been into the gym? Or have you ever been into the weight room with like a football team or a basketball team or any kind of team, really volleyball team? When they're in the weight room, do they ever go in there? No disrespect. Are they ever in there though and they just playing the piano music? No, they're not playing piano music. They're not doing that. Why? Because they got to get upbeat and they trying to promote the gym. They're trying to get everybody hyped up. That's what you do. That's what you're supposed. That's what great. I don't care if you like the word or not, but that's what great salespeople are good at doing. They're good at promoting something, telling somebody the ins and outs about something, what they're going to get from that car that they buy, from that house that they get. See, a lot of people don't like sales, but guess what? Real estate agents are salespeople. Hey, all of y'all that have kids and grandkids, you're selling to them as well that, hey, going to school is going to give them something good out of life. So quit saying you don't like selling because you're selling to the people that you love and care about every day. A husband had to sell his wife that he was the right person for her to say, I do. For all the married men on here, and they know what I'm talking about. See, they understand that they had to sell that person some kind of way. They had to take them out to dinner. They had to get their feet done. They had to give them a massage. They had to take them on a trip. They had to do something over and over and over and over. They continue promoting. See, most time you go on one date. If it's a good one, you try to set up the next date. And then if it's another good one, you set up a next day. And then next thing you're doing 2 dates in a week. And then next thing you know, you're holding hands, walking down in the park, whatever it may be. So you're doing all these amazing things over and over and over, but you're excited when you're doing it. Nobody likes nobody who's, yeah, I would like to take you on a date. Michelle, I know you can unmute. Matter of fact, when your husband first asked you on a date, did he ask you like that? Did he say, hey, Michelle, I would like to take you on a date?
Nah.
Exactly. You probably would have said no. See, the thing is, you got to have some confidence. You got to be excited when you are promoting. When you're inviting people just to hear about it. I can say, hey, Lance, I just got off of Zoom and I heard about something that I believe is going to change my life. I believe it's going to change my life. I don't know much about it, but I need you to come hear about it. See, why you can't do that? Siri's trying to record me. Why you can't do that? So, and then tip number 2, my next tip is find a group of people. I don't care if it's one person, but find somebody to team up with you and y'all do it together. There's power in numbers. There is a reason why when you go to the car dealership, it's not just one salesman up there. One person can't do all the work. It's a reason why when you find a realtor, most of the time it's a big realtor and it has multiple realtors underneath one umbrella. Why? Because nobody can do anything by themselves. You get more out of numbers. It talks about it in the Bible. Jesus sent what? His disciples out what? 2 by 2. Meaning he sent them out with somebody else. Find somebody else or a group of people and y'all go spread whatever it is y'all pushing. In this case, it may be a product. It may be the opportunity. It may be an event, but you promote it together. And when you do it together, you will see the numbers fluctuate even more. And it's just amazing there. But that's my part of this. Now I get to pass it to my partner in crime, Michelle. I know she has some great tips and everything she wants to share with everybody on this topic and on the also I believe a different topic as well. But she got some notes, some nuggets. So I'm going to take notes. So Michelle, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right. Good morning, everybody. The call is big today. That's awesome. That's exciting. Love to see that. And as Ant's talking about the promotion side of things, I have running in the back of my mind, people don't want to hear facts. They don't necessarily want to hear statistics. They don't want to hear all the details about, this product does this, and this. What resonates with people is the benefit to them. The problem that it solves is what they're dealing with. So, we might be able to say, talk about a weight loss product. And that product is scientifically proven to do blah, 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 blah. And people on average lose X amount of weight per week when they follow the program. People don't really care about that kind of stuff. I mean, on some level, yes, it's relevant. But what matters to them, to someone who's struggling with weight loss, is the pain point of, I have tried everything, of it's just not happening. It's not working. I'm not experiencing results. And so that is a problem for them. It's a pain point. And so when we can speak to the problem and that we have a solution, whether that problem is a weight loss issue, whether that problem is, I feel very alone in my life. You know, there's a lot of single moms out there, a lot of stay-at-home moms who they're in their home with their children all the time. That is their sphere, right? It's very lonely. It's very isolating, and they lack adult interaction. So that's the problem. What we have is a solution where we have community, you know, even through Zoom. Like, that's an amazing benefit, because for someone who works in a setting where they can't physically leave to go to a meeting, or they live in a rural area, and so it's harder for them to get to like an in-person event, like an experience party or something like that. Having access to community through alternate means is huge. And so being able to communicate that benefit, you know, we're building relationships, we have friendships because of this opportunity. It's given me a support system that I didn't have before. Those are the kinds of things that will resonate with people. And so when we can connect with their pain point by showing the solution to the problem, that's when they go, now tell me what it is. Talk to me about that a little bit. Because there's always going to be the nuts and bolts, the facts, the details, that's always going to be there. And we can share that as it's relevant. But that's not going to be the thing that will draw people in. That's going to be the hook. So as you're promoting the event, let's say it's a trip to Destin, talk about the intangibles, the things that are exciting, the things that you take away from it. You know, if you've been before, what was the biggest takeaway? You know, is it the energy that you draw from being in the room? Is it the encouragement that you get from hearing the testimonials and the speakers? Maybe it's the knowledge that you gained to help you grow as a person, as a business owner. Those are the kinds of things that captivate people's attention, because they want to know more about that. They want to know, well, how do I plug into that kind of energy? How do I access people who are pouring into me in training and teaching? Because a lot of times we live like little silos and islands, and this community and this opportunity connects us with resources that we don't have elsewhere, that people have a hard time finding and tapping into. And so those are the kinds of things that we can share as we're promoting, as we are, you know, trying to communicate the value. Like, why should you go to an event? We don't just want to say, come to the event because you should come to the event. Like, what's the benefit? What is the reason? How is it helping me to grow? And therefore, how can I see it help other people grow? And so as we, you know, we look towards the future and we're like, okay, we've got this event and this event and this event. And not every person can make every single event. And so learning to understand where people are at. You know, for instance, proximity to a smaller regional event might be relevant when sharing with people. You know, if you've got a team that's down in the southern Gulfport area, you've got an event down there, but it's a smaller regional event. That's going to be something that's relevant to those people, but it might not necessarily be relevant to the part of your team that's in Canada. But then we've got our big events, right? So being able to tailor your message to whom you want to connect with is really important too. Not that you have to, sit down and like craft a certain message for each part of your team, but just know that people are at different places in their lives and, what they're able to attend this time versus next time. And there's people who say, I want to be at everything. We love those people. Those ones are awesome because those ones can say, this has been my experience because I've made every event I had access to. And then there's going to be people who say, this is important to me. I want to make the big ones. I can't make that one that's really far away, but I'm going to be at the big one. Or you can start to create smaller ones in the region around you. If there's ones like you're noticing, man, all the events are, 5-6 hours away. I don't have an event like here local to me. Guess what? You can create one. You can plan an event, connect with the leadership in your team, and work together to start building something locally. And that's where you begin to develop bigger movements, where you start to gain momentum, you start to create a local group. And there's something about that local community, and that might be local within an hour and a half, 2 hours, but as you begin to create something where you are, and you start building community in your smaller area, then it starts to trickle out. It starts to expand and to grow. And that's very cool to see as little pockets start popping up and you start building a community where you are and begin to see people start coming to that, and it will start to grow. And then people are going, whoa, what are you doing there? I saw you promote this event that you were having, like this first one, and you put some pictures up and there were a couple people there. And then I saw you do it again and there's like 25 people there. What the heck's going on? Like, how did that happen? And people will start to be curious as we begin to grow. And when we share it and we share the progress, people that, they might tune in on the periphery at first. And they're like, oh yeah, I see Roger's doing this over here. I hope that goes well for him. And then they go about their life. And then they see you post an update with like pictures of your event and it looked like fun. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that went well. And then you do another one and it's a little bit bigger and there's a little more people there. And then they start to get curious, because if you've ever seen Coach Palmer share that video of the park event, like the people at the park, and this one lone dude starts boogieing, like he's breaking down, he's dancing out in the middle of the field. He's very awkward. He's a very awkward dancer. And at first you're like, oh Lord, that guy's embarrassing himself. Oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed for him. And then somebody else joins in and they start dancing and they're, just the two of them, and people around are watching them. They're like, oh, this is bad. But then more people start joining in. And then all of a sudden the people who are like, oh, what are they doing? Then they start getting curious. They're like, what are they doing? What? Well, that kind of looks like fun. Maybe I should participate. And then what started off as one person all of a sudden becomes a movement, because they did it and they shared it and they weren't afraid to just go do it. And so as we're promoting our business and our opportunity and the things that we have to offer, when we enjoy what we're doing, when we share it openly, it doesn't matter if other people are joining in at first. We're excited about it. Share that enthusiasm. And it doesn't have to be done in a way that's, forceful to people. Just enjoy it authentically, share it, let it be part of what you're doing naturally, and mix it in with other posts that you're doing. Continue, if you do a motivational quote every day, continue to do that. If you share about your family, about your pets, your kids, your, whatever it is that you share on social media, continue to do that and mix in the promotion of your event, your product. If we're doing a challenge or something like that, mix that in so that it doesn't become all about the promotion. Like, we want people to get to that point where they're like, I will listen if you will stop talking. right? Ant talks about you know you're promoting well when people are annoyed or irritated that you're still talking about it, right? So that's good, and we want to be doing that with our promotion. You also don't want that to be the only thing you talk about, because that is a quick way to get people to disengage. So continue with all the other stuff that you're doing and sharing, and add it in, and let it be an added value in your life that people are perceiving. You've got all this other stuff going on, and this is your life and what you do. And now you've added in this other thing, and you're really excited about that. And it's bringing benefit and value to your life. And that's when they'll start to notice that popping up and seeing the difference in you. Maybe it's you suddenly have more confidence because you've gotten around a group of people who believe in you. And so you are starting to change with your confidence level, with your level of joy, with just being engaging and talking to people. The people around you who know you, they're going to start to notice that. They're going to see it. And they're going to be curious. Well, what is that you're doing? I want to be part of that. When people start to see change, that brings joy, that brings benefit. Like if there's been a transformation in your life from it, people start to notice and they get curious. And that's when you don't want to quit, because the momentum will start to build. It will start to grow. And it can all of a sudden, you started out with a little bit, and then it starts to get bigger and bigger, and it becomes bigger than what you thought it was going to be and what you could handle on your own. And so the tendency is like, I'm going to shrink back now because it's too much, it's too big. My encouragement to you is don't do that. When the momentum starts to come, tap into your community, into your team, into your resources to help you. Sometimes that means delegating. Sometimes that means working together to manage it, in setting appointments and meeting with people and connecting. And it can be very easy to sort of disengage to manage the current level of momentum that you have. But that won't be sustained if we back away. So for instance, my photography business right now, the momentum is growing. It is building. I am getting busier than I have been in a very long time. And that's amazing. And I love it. And there's also times where I'm like, don't know if I can keep this up, because it's a lot. It's adding that pressure, but it's good pressure because things are growing. And so I'm having to make a conscious mental decision to say, don't take your foot off the gas. Keep doing what I'm doing. Keep sharing, keep marketing, keep reaching out, keep connecting with people, because that's where you're going to see that sustained growth. And it may take a little while as that momentum is building and growing, but as it grows and you make that decision, I'm not backing off, I'm going to stick with it, you will become more accustomed to that pace, to what it takes to manage that level of momentum and energy. And it becomes your new normal. It's like it's raising that bar. And then as you continue to do that and that momentum builds and grows, your volume increases, your number of customers increases. You learn how to manage that. And it's growing pains, right? It's something that we stretch and we grow and we learn through the process. But don't give up, don't back off and don't stop when you start to see that progress. Stick with it. No, I'm doing the right things because we're growing, we're moving forward, but don't back off on it, right? And then just continue to communicate the benefit and the value of what it is that you're promoting so that people understand you're not just selling a thing. You don't just want them at an event to be at an event, right? There's more to it than that. There's benefit and there's value. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys this morning on the topic that we're discussing. And then also just want to share with you guys, as I mentioned, my photography is growing exponentially at this point in time. And my kids are in school during the week, which allows me to work while they're in school. And so you may notice that I'm maybe a little less visible than I was previously because of that growth, and because my focus is very strongly there right now so that I can continue with that momentum and be building. So it has nothing to do with you guys. I love every one of you so much. And on the weeks that I may not be able to be here, I will miss your faces very much, but know that I am still thinking about you, and I will be present with you as much as I can. But just wanted to share that with you guys. It's all for good reasons, growing and excited about it. And so, Aunt, I will give it back to you to close us out. But love you guys all very much and have a great week.
Hey, everybody. I hope y'all got some value from it. I got my notes from what Michelle shared. She's awesome. So I'm actually going to unmute the line so you can tell my friend how awesome she is. And congratulations again, Michelle. I know you